a minute.
Come on, Mark. Sit down and eat. Come on. Enough of that.
Who's that?
No.
Aunt. Dent.
Dant, and you're?
Nana.
What are you again?
Neen.
What does that mean?
He can't say lean. So he called me Neen.
Your mom's grandfather and my grandfather were brothers.
Tony, Nick, and Chris.
Tony was upstairs. Tony had, and this was a 2-flat, Tony had 10 children and Nick had 11.
Who made sausage from scratch? Your mother or her mother?
My mother. I still make it.
So, yeah.
You still make it from scratch?
Yes, I do.
They'd have this big mound of meat.
Yeah.
And everyone would sit around and cut up this meat. And then they...
The men would help too?
No, the women. Only the
Because?
women. Because the women cooked.
That's
the
what
men
the women
didn't
did.
cook.
Because cooking is?
A woman's job.
work. Now they'd all have this big mound of meat.
My niece loves when we say that.
You don't buy that cooking is a woman's job?
Oh no, of course not.
Josh, do you believe cooking is girls' work?
No.
They'd have this big mound of meat.
Pork, butt.
1 or 2 nights they
It's
would
like
do
a
it.
sewing bee, only they
Like
cut
a sewing bee,
sausage.
except they were cutting sausage. And then they would start flavoring it.
Fanook. Salt.
What's fanook?
Fennel,
Oh.
Fennel.
salt, and what else?
That's it.
Pepper?
Oh, you got to take the papatsukurad.
Peppers,
You got-
that is.
Those are, tell her what kind of peppers
Oh.
those are.
You got to boil
Little
the
red cherry
pepper,
peppers.
the dry pepper. You boil them until it comes to a paste. Cool it off and put it in with your
Sausage, that's the key.
and mix this all together.
And God knows how they would touch this pork and not die from it. But they would walk by and they'd stick their finger in and test it. And they'd say, oh, it needs more salt.
Yes.
And someone would add a little more salt. And then someone else would go by and test it and say, it needs more fennel.
Uh-huh.
So they'd add more fennel. And they never had a recipe. They were just all doing this all together.
That's how they made it.
Once the hog, the intestines are in there, you take your meat, put it in here until it's in here, and push it in. And make sure there's not too much air in between. If it's airy, squeeze it and let it come out nice.
So it's pork butt and then it goes back into the intestine?
Pork butt, right. Right.
See the casing around there and the meat in there?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's how they stuff it.
Okay.
You could
The
see
casing.
it.
See the
And see
casing?
how they tied the casing on the one end? And then when they finish that, they tie the casing on the other end.
I see.
This is over 100 years old. For sure. If I'm 90, it's got to be over 100. This is my mother's.
And you have a sausage, an automatic sausage machine that you don't use?
I don't like it.
Why?
It doesn't make it solid enough. There's too much air in between. And you have to keep squeezing it. I'm not in the mood for that.
See this water?
Yeah.
When I have my plants growing outside, I take this and I throw it on the plants to water them.
Why?
Gives them more life. There's a lot to this pasta water.
They were famous for their sausage.
Oh, when they
I
used
mean,
to have the
within the
picnics.
Italian community.
Remember when the Chance Coast used to have the picnics? They still say, let's go taste Rocco's sausage.
Uh-huh.
Honest to God. See, I get so hungry, I don't want to eat. And I don't like that. I don't want to lose weight. If you get sick, you could always fight.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, is it dinner time?
She's hungry. This is late for her. I
I'm
gotta open
sorry,
the wine.
I'm hungry. You guys want to fool around, it's your business. I have to eat. Ah, where's the red pepper?
Give me the red pepper, Rose.
Oh, yeah.
There's more. I have more.
It's not enough.
She's a hard one.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This pepper isn't hot.
She's sitting there eating.
You know,
She's
it
sitting
doesn't
eating.
taste hot.
She's sitting eating. Oh boy.
How are you still alive?
That's why I'm 90 years old.
The hot pepper.
Hot peppers.
She tells me that all the time now.